morning, friend. Myself, Professor S.P. Gaikwad from College of Agriculture, Baramati. Now, in Extension Department, for first semester, there is a first course that is Extension 111, which is offered to you in fifth semester. The course title of this course is Rural Sociology and Educational Psychology. Now, if you see in this course, there are two concepts you need to study in detail. That is, first one is the rural sociology and second one is the educational psychology. Now, the credit which are offered to this course is 2 plus 0. That means 100 mark examination is there for this course. Now today just we are going to make a beginning of this course in this lecture. So if you see, the credit which offered to this course is 2 plus 0. So 1 credit is equal to 50 marks, 2 credit is equal to 1 credit is equal to 50 marks, 2 credit is equal to 100 marks. Now the distribution of this 100 mark is 80 marks for final examination and 20 marks is for midterm examination. There is no any practical in this course. Just we have to focus on there is only the theory examination of this course. So we need to finalize some targets to complete this course so that you are able to pass through this course. Main thing, at the beginning we need to focus on these 20 marks which offer in a midterm examination, and then we focus on the 80 marks of the final examination. So to get or to achieve maximum marks in a midterm examination, what we need to do, that we will discuss afterward. Now first lecture, that is about extension education. The syllabus of this course and also the PDF notes of this course I will send you on our WhatsApp groups. Now first lecture is about extension education. Now just we will see what is the meaning of extension, then definition, and then scope and importance of extension education. So first of all, meaning. The word extension is derived from the Latin root ex, means out, and tension means stretching. That is, combinedly if we see, the meaning is stretching out. That means we have to stretch out the information. Whatever the information is generated, developed at research station or in agriculture university, we just have to stretch out that information to the farmer. That is the main role of extension. Literally, the extension means to extend, to spend, to spread, or to disseminate. Number of meanings are there for the extension word. Extension म्हणजे काय? What is the extension? Basically, if you see the dictionary meaning of extension, that means to extend, to spread, to disseminate, or to communicate. So that words are the synonyms of the extension. But why the word extension is used instead of extend, spread? But the extension word is used commonly for conveying useful information addressed to the people. As through the extension we are trying to convey means we are trying to transfer, giving message about useful information and ideas to the people. So the word extension is used. Extend education, spread education, or disseminate education is not used. Only the extension word is used because through that we are trying to transfer the useful information and ideas to the people. Most of the time this extension word is found associated with service or education. That means extension service or extension education. So what is the extension service means? The organization performing the extension work. Now organization means, that is the, suppose Panchayat Samiti is there, Gram Panchayat is there, Krishi Vignan Kendra is there, Agriculture Department, Agriculture University. So that we can count as an organization. Now if that organization is going to carry out the extension work, then we can say that extension service is going on. Now another word that we have discussed about, the mostly the word extension is found associated with the service and education. So what is the education there? Extension education. So it is the education imparted through the organization. If the organization is going to carry out the work, we can say that extension service. If the organization is going to impart the education, then we can say that extension education. Now, what is the education means basically? The education is an integral part of the extension. That means without education there cannot be a extension. Education is the most important. Basically education is doesn't mean that the education is given to the students. We can say whenever we are going to learn anything, the education process is going to be carried out. Basically education process is going to carry out right from birth of the child to the old age of the person. म्हणजे जन्मापासून मृत्यूपर्यंत, फ्रॉम बर्थ टू डेथ, whatever the things we are going to see, we are going to experience, we are going to learn, all that count as an education. So the word education does not limits only for the students. Basically through extension we are trying to provide education to the parents, to the farmers, to the people, to the community, to the society. And without education we are unable to change the society. So education is an integral part of the extension. So what is the education means? Now try to understand what is the education. Education can be defined as production of desirable changes in the behavioral complex of human being. Now you must able to remember this definition. Now how to remember this definition? Try to understand. Easily you can able to remember and easily you can able to understand. Main thing, you need to make a part of this definition. See, education can be defined as the production of desirable changes in the behavioral complex of human being. So likewise you need to make a part of the definition. Definition, always remember, whenever you need to write the definition, it must be word to word. So how you can able to remind this definition, recall this definition? So let us see. Here once again we can say, that is, education is defined as the production of, that means we have to produce, we have to create, the production of what we have to create? Desirable changes. In what we have to carry out desirable changes? In the behavioral complex of whom? Of human being. That we can refer as a education. Now here you can say that what is the we have to produce the desirable changes. Now there are desirable changes and undesirable changes also. Now desirable changes, we can say that if because of that change the constructive things are going to be happen or fruitful things are going to be happen, that we can say as desirable change. But the change because of which faulty things are going to be happen in the universe, चुकीच्या गोष्टी घडत असतील, then we can say that it is a undesirable changes. Okay, for example, right now you are going to learn this concept. Right now if I am going to teach you how to say a lie, so that is a change, but it is an undesirable one. But right now I am teaching you the definition of education, so that is the desirable change. After this lecture you are able to remember this definition. So it is the production of desirable changes in the behavioral complex of human being. Now, what is the behavior complex? What is the behavior complex? So we have to focus on it. Behavior complex. Now, behavior complex include three things. Behavior complex of human being. In each and every human being, there is a behavior complex, and that behavior complex is consist of three concepts. One is the knowledge. Second one is skill, and third one is attitude. Now, these three things are going to be prepare the behavior complex of human being. Now, let us see once again this definition. So, education can be defined as production of desirable changes in behavior complex of human being. So, that is the education. Are you able to remember it? Now, thus extension education is education for rural people outside of regular organized schools and classrooms. That is most important. It is education. Now, what is the education that we have discussed here? The production of desirable change in behavior complex of human being. Now, extension education is a education, but this education is outside of schools and classrooms. And what is the main purpose? To bring the social and cultural development. सामाजिक आणि सांस्कृतिक, social and cultural development. For bringing the development in society, socially and culturally, we need to follow the extension education. Okay. Now let us see once again the meaning. What we have to remember regarding this meaning. Main thing, you need to remember this statement. X and tensio. It is going to be asked in a fill in the blanks. X means out, tensio means stretching. Okay. So what is the meaning of extension? To extend, spread, or to disseminate. But mostly this extension word is used. Why? Because we are trying to transfer useful information. Okay. Mostly the word extension is found associated with the service or education. Now, extension service means organization performing extension work, and extension education means if the education is imparted, education is given through the organization, then we can say that it is an extension education. Okay. Now, education is integral part of extension. Without education, extension cannot possible. Okay. So we need to focus on education. So what is education? Education can be defined as production of desirable changes in behavior complex of human being. What is behavior complex? Knowledge, skill and attitude, that we can refer as a behavior complex. Now thus extension education is a education for especially for rural people, but organized outside of the schools and colleges. And main purpose of this education is to bring social and cultural development of the society. So that we can refer as a meaning of extension education. Now let us see the definition of extension. Now again remember, while understanding the definition, we need to bifurcate it. First of all, just we will see only the definition of extension. The word extension. So extension is an out of school system of education in which adult and young people learn by doing. Very simple one. We have to bifurcate. Extension is an out of school system of education. Now, what is the school system of education? School system of education means This one, school system of education, there is no any rules regulation, no any timetable, no any syllabus, no any examination, no any compulsory attendance. That we can refer as a school system of education. So it is out of that system in which adult and young people learn by doing. So that is an extension. So once again, extension is out of school system of education in which adult and young people, main thing, learn by doing. The farmers are going to be learn by performing it, not just theoretically understanding. They are going to perform, they are face the problem, and then they try to find out the solution of that particular problem. So that is the extension. Now another definition is there. Extension is an education. Okay, it is an education that we are referring in a meaning also. Education is the integral part of the extension. So extension is an education. Its purpose is, what is the purpose? Its purpose is, what is the object? What is the target of extension? To change. Extension purpose is to change. It want to bring the change. What? The attitude and practice of the people. Most important. The attitude and practice. It want to make the changes in attitude and practice of the people with whom the work is done. With whom the work is done, that means farmers. So main target, main purpose of the extension is to bring the changes in attitude and practice of the people. So that is another definition. You can write this one or this one. Any definition you can write in a examination of extension. Now extension education, combined word. We have seen in meaning, it found associated with extension service or extension education. Now what is the extension education then? Now again we need to make bifurcation. Extension education is, you can say extension education science which deals with the creation, transmission and application of knowledge designed to bring out about planned change in the behavior complex of the people with view to help them live better by learning the ways of improving their vocation, enterprise and institutions. Very big definition, but it is very easy to understand. Once you understand, once you make the part of this definition like this way, and if you put the logic in that parts, easily you are able to remember it. Now let us see. Extension is it is a science. Okay, science, that means what we can say, that approved statement. It is a science. Okay, which deals with means which try to carry out its work with, which is related with what? Creation, transmission, application of knowledge. That means knowledge is going to be created here, develop here, produce. Then transmission. Transmission means it is going to be transferred from farmer to, it is going to be transferred from scientist to farmer. Okay, so knowledge is created, then it is going to be, once it is going to be created, then it is going to be transferred to the farmer, and farmer is going to apply in the field. So creation, transmission and application, creation, transmission and application of knowledge. Now if you see how the knowledge is, it is designed to bring out about planned change in the behavior complex of rural people. Same definitions of education. Here you can see. The definition of education. Production of desirable changes in behavior complex of human being. Same one is here. Same part is here in extension definition. Here you can see. Designed to bring out about planned change in the behavior complex of people. Now what is the view? What is the purpose? To help them. Them means these people. Them means the farmer. To help them live better. How their living will be better? By learning the ways of improving their occasion, enterprise and institution. Occasion, enterprise, institution means their farm, their occupation, their dairy enterprise or poultry, fishery, whatever enterprise they are going to run. Or if they are going to run an institute, self-help group, farmers group, whatever. So that we can refer as their institutions, or if they are going to learn it better, if they are going to learn the ways, that means they are going to learn the technology of improving their occasions, their the progress can be possible, they are able to live better in a society. So just remember, try to understand, it is a science, okay, which deals with, which is related with creation, transmission and application of knowledge. Knowledge ka say, how the knowledge is, which is designed to bring about planned changes in the behavior complex of people. What is the purpose? With view to help them, to help the farmer to live better. How? By learning the ways. Ways means method. By learning the ways of improving their occasions, enterprise and institutions. So that is the extension education. And the last concept in this definition, that is agricultural extension. Now it is very easy. First of all, we have seen the extension, then extension education, and right now agricultural extension. Okay, so it can be defined, again we have to make bifurcation. It may be defined as the special branch of extension education. Special branch of extension. Now in extension there are a number of branches. Horticulture extension is there, home science extension is there, engineering extension is there. So agriculture, as like the way agriculture extension deals with economic and social aspects of people engaged or associated with the agriculture. Now deals with, that means deals with economic and social aspects. That means it focuses on economical aspects of the people, social aspects of the people. Economical situation of the people, social situation of the people. Which people? The people who are engaged in agriculture. Now people engaged in agriculture means the farmer. That means it tried to deal with the social economic situation of the farmer, and it is the main thing, it is the special branch of extension education. Means extension education is the broad concept. Under extension education there are number of branches. Okay. Now another definition is there regarding agriculture extension, that is agriculture is a bridge that fills the gap between the agriculture research station on one hand and farming population on another, by establishing suitable organization, teaching organization at various level of administration. Now once again we can see bifurcation. It is the bridge that fills the gap between agriculture research station on one hand and farming population on other, by establishing suitable teaching organization at various level of administration. Now it is the bridge. Bridge means pull, bridge. The bridge on river. Same way it is a bridge. म्हणजे दोघांमधला दुवा. Bridge that fills the gap between. One is agriculture research station and second one is the farming population, means farmer. That means it tried to bridge the gap between agriculture research station and farmer. It tried to fill the gap between resuscitation and farmer. How it can be possible, how this gap can be filled? By establishing a suitable teaching organization at various level. Now various levels means the, we can say, village level, taluka level, district level, state level. So at various levels it try to establish different branches at administration level. So through that branches the teaching can be possible. Okay, so once again we can say it is the bridge that fills the gap between agriculture resuscitation on one hand, farming population on other. How it can be possible? By establishing suitable teaching organization where at various level of administration. Level of administration means village level, taluk level, block level, etc. So these are the different concept definitions related to the extension. We have seen in this lecture about the meaning of extension education, then the definition of extension education, and definition of agriculture extension, and also the definition of education we have seen. So all these definitions are most important. They are going to be asked in exam. Also from objective point of view, this definition and the concept and meaning is most important, because in filling the blanks it is going to be asked. So that is the just beginning of our today's lecture related to our course. Okay, thank you. Now in the next lecture we will see the scope and importance of extension. Okay, thank you.